at it, man. What's good with y'all good people? It's your boy, Hennythemoor, reporting live from the liquor store. And below me is the most dastardly,
Hold on.
evil,
Wait 1 minute.
conniving,
Oh no.
devilish, malignant,
Wait,
ignorant.
wait a minute. You found that out the thesaurus or something.
Yes,
Good Lord.
I had to use large words to describe major implications for the kind of evil that you will put into this world.
That is wild stuff right there, man.
I'm just saying, dog. Like, have you ever thought about going to visit an exorcist?
Wait a minute. Ain't nothing wrong with my spirit. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you are the evil spirit. You are.
I still got a little goodness in me, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm still a little good. Little good. I have to wear all black because of the Cowboys now. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my own silent protest, right? I'm wearing black until the Cowboys fire the GM. You know what I'm saying? For one. And stop screwing up the team. Draft some skilled players high in the draft, stuff like that, et cetera, et cetera. I'm going to put out me a criteria for me to stop wearing black, all right?
So you're going to be in black for the rest of your life, what you're trying to tell me?
It's possible. It's possible. That's the stuff you got to, you got to deal with stuff like that sometimes.
Yeah, not only is it possible, it's probably going to be the norm for you to be in black, because I don't think the Dallas Cowboys are going to do anything spectacular, because they haven't shown me anything, man. Like, they haven't shown me they got the will and the mindset to change their ways. You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
you do something long enough, man, it doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. This is what you're used to, and they've been doing this shit wrong for decades at this point.
Yeah, it's been bad for a while now.
Let me change the music a little bit. I think that's a little bit better. My freestyle randomly, but I think this is better.
Unique G said, "What's going on with my YouTube?" I'm in a little battle with YouTube right now. You know, they real weird on how they do some of their policies. So yeah, I'm not monetized at the moment, but if you want to support me, you can support me on Facebook and stars and stuff like that, or you can hit your boy on the Cash App at Landlord723, man. So if you feel it in your heart to support your boy, I appreciate y'all, man. Make sure y'all support him and support everything we doing, because listen, we can't do this without y'all, man. We really can't. We really can't.
Very true. And yes, man, like, hey, hit us on the Cash Apps, $ Hennythemoor, $ Landlord723. What we do is not free, but we do it for the love of the game, man. We do it for y'all, because y'all need to hear some real deal Dallas Cowboys content, none of that fake media, clickbait title shit that they be doing out there, man. We the real deal Holyfield, and we want to come bring y'all that pure, unfiltered, uncut, Dallas Cowboys content. So
you'll be hard pressed to find two realer. I tell you that.
On my mama. And my mama a real one, so you know.
You'll be hard pressed.
Yeah. This is the freak. Hey, listen. Get Freaking Man out of the chat box.
He got to be over on your side, because we don't play them type of games over there.
They play them type of games over there. They just not over there yet.
He ain't over there having a Diddy party in the liquor store. Hey, you got to contain your people now. Yeah, you got to contain your people.
Just shoot cuz, man. Go ahead and shoot cuz. We ain't even asking no questions. He just got to die for this infraction.
Hey, do it in the public, too. See, hey.
Make an example out.
Y'all scared. Y'all act like Trump the worst. Y'all don't want to see me. I be doing the public executions and all that. Hey, do something to a child or something. Hey, I got something for you. I go live. Hey, show everybody what you should not do.
On my mama.
Y'all don't want it with me.
And listen, man, I'm gonna get money. Regardless of. Hey, listen, I know there was a bunch of fuss about elections and everything else, man. It ain't matter if a Republican been in office or a Democrat been in office. I've been on the grind.
I had to get some money regardless who in there.
Yeah, so listen, you got to go to work. The Dallas Cowboys are still sorry. You have the same issues you had the other day. You know what I'm talking about? So, like, we gonna get through this together as a country and as a fan base. That's all.
If
That's all
we
I want
can
to
listen,
see.
listen, Cowboy fans, we the last ones who should be complaining about leadership, because if we can make it through Jerry for all these years, we can take 4 years of Trump on the chin, like, easily. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is.
That's
Like,
light work to us. We've been going through miserable situations forever, so we cool. Whatever they got to dish at us, Cowboy fans, we the hardest, toughest, roughest group of fans that you can find around this way, man. So we know we gonna be okay.
exactly. Craig said as Parsons playing, they are saying that he's trending towards playing this weekend. So you will get a lion back on the field, on the prowl, hunting for prey. But it is what it is. Shout out to my boy Numbhead Neil. He said, "What's up, gents? On the road now to slap up the Joneses live." He is going. Salute to my boy Numbhead Neil for his service. He served this country, so he gonna be there for the salute to service.
Salute.
So really, listen, I am Team Tank, but for my brother Numbhead Neil, I hope they do find a way to pull an upset on the Eagles, just so my boy don't make a dummy trip.
I just want them to at least be competitive. If y'all could be a competitive and show me some fight, you know what I'm saying? We really on demand right now. We got injuries everywhere. We don't even have a quarterback. We got half of a quarterback right now. So, no disrespect to Cooper, but y'all know what I mean. Like, with all that being said, man, I just want to see us fight, y'all. Like, we should not go out here and just give up and lay down and get embarrassed. This is your rival. Like, this is, you know what? I'm going to actually be watching this film harder than any other film. Because, look, yes, I want to see who got heart out here, who is still fighting out here. What a leadership at. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what a leadership at. And we never did that leadership show. I should have did it. I should have did it.
You should have. We should have did it the moment we talked about it.
We should have, because now we forgot about it. But now Dak ain't even here, so we can't even really qualify him as a leader if you're not here, if you're not in the building. So he's in the building, but on the field. So yeah, we was gonna categorize their leadership and figure out where they fall at. Like, it's different forms of leadership and different styles, and we were just gonna see where our leadership fall on this team. And I tell you this, Jerry was the authoritative kind. He's the everything starts and ends with me. You just want to be in front of everything, and the buck stops with me. But excuse me, one thing that people don't realize, when you like that, you get a little credit, but you get all the blame too, though. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be the person who looking for credit but don't take no blame. With credit comes responsibility. And that's what the Joneses don't realize. They got all this power, but they have no accountability, or they get no blame. Like, we can sit up here and say, okay, it's Jerry's fault, it's Steven's fault. But where is the disciplinatory type stuff for them, though? Where is it? How they get disciplined for their wrongdoings?
Who? The team? Nobody.
The Joneses. How do they get disciplined?
Why would they get disciplined? Like,
exactly.
You're at the top. At the end of the day, whether we like to admit this shit or not, you know what I'm saying? Certain people live by different rules when you got the power. Like, he has all the power. I am the owner, the general manager. He got like 92 different titles. You can't tell Jerry Jones shit about his team. At the end of the day, the only thing that you can hope is that Jerry Jones gets some better advisors. You know what I'm saying? Get some better football people in there. He actually listens to them and let them do the football things. You know what I'm saying? Because Jerry Jones, this is his team to run. And it's a very unorthodox way to run a football program or organization, because you don't see this league wide and how owners handle things. Like, most owners are on a beach or on a yacht somewhere, and then they
minding their business.
Yeah, then they show up after the Super Bowl is won. They hold up the trophy, and then they go back on the yacht, or they catch the plane. They in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they don't have radio shows every week.
No.
They don't have all of this extra foolishness going on. They ain't flying around in helicopters in the practice field and stuff. Like, they have helicopters too. You know what I'm saying? But they're not landing it in the middle of the practice field. Like, they're not having tours through the whole season and stuff. Like, they're not doing stuff like that. And this one thing I do want to say. Now, I know the tours is not the hot topic no more, but just think about this. Say, for instance, you owned a business and your employees was complaining about something and you said, screw that. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you still, I'm just saying, like, you still should at least consider it. Like, okay, not all of them, but not all of them on camera. I guarantee you, if you pull them in a room, like, do y'all like the tours, man? They're going to be like, no. I get sick of these people. You can't even be a real person if you on camera 24/7 all day. Like, you just can't. So they can't even be real with each other. They got to be their camera self in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? They got to be this made up version of themselves. So they can't be have too much camaraderie on the team if you can't even be yourself. They on camera all day.
And that's why I want to interject with what you said, because you made a good point. You said if you asked an owner of a corporation, right, or a business, you know, the same thing. You talk about the employees; they all complain about it, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what they would do?
What?
They would replace the employees and get somebody else in that will complain about it. And that's probably the issue in Dallas, because most of the people that do complain or loud and are against what Jerry Jones is doing, even if they're good players, they end up somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we've heard DeMarcus Ware speak on the culture in Dallas. You know, he had to finish his career out over there with the Broncos, won a championship. We heard Dalton Schultz speak about it being like a zoo. You know what I'm saying? People attacked him for that, but he's still playing very good football with the Texans right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it really just depends on how we as the fan base view the player, if we care about what they're talking about or not. And that's the sad part. Like, we don't like the player, like, they ain't talking about shit. If it's a player that we respected and loved and they say something and it's breaking news, you know, and we locked into it. But, you know, I think we should value the experiences of area players that actually went through it and lived it. Like
exactly.
How you gonna tell me what I lived through for 3-4 years as a professional and how I felt? How you gonna tell me about my feelings about something?
How you gonna tell me how can I be more comfortable so I could do my job to the best of my ability? You see what I'm saying? Like, the work environment is important. Like, you can't just tell these people shut up and think you're gonna get the best version of them. That's what I'm saying.
All right, big simple. And listen, he is a Commanders fan. Their team just turned it around. New ownership. They doing it a new way. He said they got everybody that knows about football is stayed out the way because he didn't know nothing about football. So he got the people that got the mindset. And listen, Jerry Jones, that is the issue. Jerry Jones was a D1 athlete. He was a national championship for Arkansas. So he believes in his mind that he knows football. And that's the issue. He was a football player. He was a national champion. He was a D1 player. So in his mind, he feels like he's a football guy. And there's levels to everything. Like Jerry Jones, I am not, just like I talked about lived experiences. I am not trying to shit on your lived experience as a football player. But that was in the 60s, my guy. That was in the 60s. Things have changed from what you know about the game. And if you're not actively listening to your counsel of guys that are actually up to date on how football is played and how football is managed to this point in the year of 2024, our Lord, then Jay, I don't know how you're going to continue to be a competent general manager.
What I'm saying is like, normal people, I feel like if you struggling at something, you should get some help. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ain't just operating off pure ego, you'll see that you struggling and be like, man, maybe I do need some help. Like, I can't do this alone. The game is passing me by. I haven't got the results that I needed after all these years, 28 years, and I ain't got the results that I wanted. So after a while, your ego should be like, listen, Well, your mindset should be like, I'm gonna need some help with this. I'm not getting the results I want. If you keep running into a brick wall, then what are you? You insane after a while. You expecting the different results out doing the same stuff over and over again. And the Joneses just continuously operating like that. That's why when I asked West Coast and you that day about how would Steven do it, and it made sense both ways. That was just a good discussion because do Steven, even though Jerry is training Steven to do it that way, do he believe in it though? You see what I'm saying? Do he believe this is the best way? So maybe if Steven became the sole owner of the team once Jerry, relinquishes all of his power, do you think Steven operated the same way? Because it's possible he could be like, listen, I know my pops showed me the way that he want to do it, but I'm in control now, and I don't want to be the GM. I'm going to delegate this to a GM, and then I'm going to do the finances and sit back and collect my coins. That's possible. I really feel like that's possible because, it feel like Steven is super dedicated to the financial part. You see what I'm saying? Like Steven would love to just focus on the money. I feel like.
I hope. Listen, I hope that's the case with Steven because I really want Steven to get out the way, get a real general manager. Cause listen, I don't think Steven want to have to answer those questions because you as a general manager, you still have to be held accountable for some of the roster moves you make. You see that Jerry Jones getting his feelings about it all the time. Maybe he delegates some of that. That's the hope. But speaking of rosters and stuff, I posed a question the other day about our boy, friend of the show, Jalen Tolbert. And landlord, I'm gonna ask you how you feel about this, and then I'm gonna ask the chat box, and I'm gonna give you because I already polled this, and then I'm gonna give you what everybody else is saying. So Jalen Tolbert, right? This is what I had tweeted. And this mug went extra crazy. This motherfucker got like 50,000 views on Twitter. If you ain't following me on Twitter, make sure you tap in. Great early takes and everything over there. But
Thanks.
he is currently projected to finish the season with 760 receiving yards and 6 touchdowns. If he meets or exceeds these numbers, should he be wide receiver 2 going to 2025? And I said should in capital letters because, one, we know they believe in the next man up mentality. If they do not retain the services of Brandon Cooks, they probably would try to elevate Jalen Tolbert regardless. And then we have the other train of thought of, wow, those numbers or whatever, that you can argue that's still not quite wide receiver 2 production. So, landlord, I'm going to ask you, if Jalen Tolbert hit these numbers, 760 receiving yards, 6 touchdowns, or let's say he does better. Let's say he gets to 807 or 808. Would you give him the opportunity to be a wide receiver 2 next year, or are we still drafting a wide receiver high?
I mean, man, if this was any other team, I'd say give him a shot. But I don't want to pander to the Joneses mentality. Guess what? The Joneses will be like, okay, Jalen is your number 2. Then they'll be like, Mingo is your number 3. Like, we don't need a receiver. We like our guys. They would never draft another receiver again. I'm telling you that right now. They would never draft one again. If you get the Joneses the cheap way out, it's over with. Like, they will not do that ever again. And that's what I don't want. I don't want them to feel like they accomplished that mission. You know what I'm saying? Even if Mingo go out here and ball, bro, even if Jalen Tolbert is looking like he deserved to be a number 2, go draft a number 1 receiver, bro. Go get you. You'll have you 2 number 1s. Listen, I know it sounds crazy, Dallas, because we think soon as we get a decent player, now we good. Like, tell the Lions that. Do you think the Lions built their team by saying we good enough? We got enough. We got just enough. Screw that. We want overkill. We want overkill just like everybody else. Answer me this. The teams that we can't mess with right now, are they overkill or are they just good enough? Like they just got enough to where we can consider them good. Is the San Francisco 49ers overkill or are they just good enough?
They're amazing.
They roster is overkill. Is the Lions overkill or are they just good enough? We need to be thinking about killing an ant with a sledgehammer. Screw trying to go, get the magnifying glass and put them in the sun and slowly roast the damn ant. Man, go get a sledgehammer and just go crazy. We want overkill. We want overkill just like our competition. Like, they went and got CMC, they got Kittle, they got Debo, they had Brandon Ayuk. They went and drafted a first-round wide receiver. Now, I know they first-round receiver is a very low pick, but ours not high either. Typically ours don't be high either. Baltimore is overkill. Shout out to Keystone. You get what I'm saying. You picking up what I'm putting down. You understand? So I'm just saying, man, screw trying to be just good enough. We need to think about overdoing it. We need to think about overkill in 2025. I need this team to go out here and draft a number one receiver. Screw that. Hey, put some pressure on CeeDee Lamb. He getting too comfortable, look like. It looked like CeeDee getting a little too comfortable for me. Everybody should have some competition. It is a crying shame for us to not have a young running back that we excited about on this football team. We don't have one. So that's another flaw in this roster. We should have a young back that we like, okay, Zeke not looking good, Rico not looking good. This just, an example. We should be like, hey, get a young guy a chance. We don't even have that. So I just want to see how this team going to go forward, even with a new coach. I want to see how we go forward with the way we want to handle these skill positions.
Okay. And everybody else, what are your thoughts on Jalen Tolbert? Possibly being, listen, there's no guarantee he even gets close to the numbers now that Dak Prescott doesn't play. This was with Dak Prescott. Like, this is projecting him playing with Dak Prescott. And we know that play calling probably changes, target shares probably changes with a new quarterback, and you got to, pretty much change your play style. So he may not even get to this. But while y'all are putting our replies in there, I'm just going to go ahead and tell y'all. Everybody said hell no when we were talking about Jalen Tolbert being wide receiver 2. It ranged from we need more dynamic wide receiver, more explosive, 760 yards. It's not wide receiver 2 production in 2024. So listen, the whole entire purpose of me even tweeting this out was to gauge what y'all said. Y'all said that Jalen Tolbert, even if he met this criteria, would not be a good enough wide receiver for you to claim that he's a wide receiver number 2. So with that being said, say absolutely nothing when it's time to draft a wide receiver in the first or second round next year. Keep your mouth entirely closed, because guess what? The kind of wide receiver that you're looking for, the kind that you say that you need to be a complementary piece to CeeDee Lamb and be a dynamic player, possibly be a number 1 if CeeDee Lamb gets nicked and can't play, they're in the first 2 rounds. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. That's where you find your difference maker at the wide receiver position.
If you want a jolt of energy, an adrenaline shot on your football team, go get you a big-time playmaker. I promise you, it'll heal a lot of the wounds that we got. I promise you it will. And I know we want O-line. And man, listen, we tried that route. Okay? Now and then I see some people saying they playing well enough. It's the play caller. Okay? Keep that same energy. I don't care who come in here. Get me a first-round talent at my skill positions. Because guess what? Outside of CeeDee Lamb, you ain't did it. You ain't did it in years. You ain't drafted nobody that's on a skill position in the first round in years. In Mike McCarthy's whole tenure, you got one first rounder as a skill position, which is CeeDee Lamb, and it worked out well. Mm-hmm. Skill position on offense, that's what I mean. So, yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, when you compare what we got 1 first-round pick wide receiver. Jalen Tolbert was in the 3rd round. Jalen Brooke was 7th round pick. Cavante Turpin, undrafted free agent.
UFL.
Yeah, UFL. and then you got a second round pick in what's his name we just got. We ain't even seen Jonathan Mingo play, so I'm not even finna include him in this.
Yeah.
When you look at the 49ers, right, our boogeyman, Brandon Ayuk was a first round pick. Debo Samuel was a first round pick. Was a second
Second
round
round.
pick. The boy they just got was a first round pick. So they got three primary wide receivers that were picked within the first 2 rounds. The Dallas Cowboys only have one. We got one. Cause listen, we didn't even pick Jonathan Mingo to be out here claiming him. we didn't even have a second round pick on Jonathan Mingo. We said we had a third round pick on him, so I'm still not even including that.
Why do we go so low for our talent, bro?
Matter of fact,
Listen.
I'm finna put this up for you because I wanted to show you this shit.
Go ahead.
Because they were talking about the Jonathan Mingo trade, bro. I had to get this out before you start cooking.
Don't make me mad, bro, please.
He said this was one of the only trades on the trade deadline that had teams texting me asking me what you just did. They said why, trying to find out if I knew something. And under the table, a situation. Was there a deal? Is he related to him? Is there something here? A cousin? That one definitely. I think we're going to look back on it a little bit. How we look back on the Trey Lance one, which is like, what are we doing? So, like, the trade was so puzzling. They asked, was this nigga related to somebody on the team to get this opportunity?
Wow.
That's all.
Wow.
That's all I want to throw out there.
Hold on. So the reporters was asking our reporter that.
Yeah, so this was between Rossini. Yeah, Rossini, DM Rossini. And they had reached out. They're like, hey, do you possibly know if he's related to somebody on the coaching staff? He got a cousin somewhere on the team. Like, why did the Dallas Cowboys make this trade for Jonathan Mingo? Because we gave up some good value to get Jonathan Mingo.
That's insane, man.
Like a fourth round, listen, we picked so high in the fourth round this year, we could probably put a third round grade on it. You could probably get a player with a third round grade. We picked so high in the fourth. Just like you pick high enough in the second round, you can get somebody with a first round grade like we did Trayvon Diggs. You remember that?
Yeah.
Because Trayvon Diggs failed to the second round, but he had a first round grade. It just was a run in a different position. Wide receiver. There was a run in wide receiver. He got pushed back to the top of the second round. So, stuff like that happens on a yearly basis. So if you pick high enough in the draft, like your fourth round picks really your third round picks. Your third round picks are really second round picks. Your second round picks can damn near be another first round pick. You pick the right guy. So we gave up one of those picks to get Jonathan Mingo in the building.
Now listen, like I said, it's very rich, very rich. I don't like the value we got, but I don't want to just dog the player before we seen him suit up, though. You know what I'm saying? It's a fine line between it. Like, okay, we in draft mode right now because we looking at the value. But like what y'all know what I say in draft season. After draft season over, after you draft a player, it don't matter where you drafted him at. Now you trying to see what kind of player he is. Now you'll get mad after the fact if he don't live up to that draft status. But if you get a 7th-round pick and he just go out there and hoop, you're gonna be like, thank God. If you get a 5th-round pick, you're gonna be like, thank God. Like whatever he do to your team, it could be more valuable than the pick. You know what I'm saying? So if Jonathan Mingo come out here and take over wide receiver 2, would y'all be mad at a 4th still?
No, but
if he come out here and play better than Brandon Cooks and Jalen Tolbert, would we be sitting here saying, "Oh, we goofy"? See, but the thing about it is, this right here gives me real skeptical, like smartest man in the room syndrome from the Joneses, though. Because if nobody else can understand why we did it, then why did we do it? You see what I'm saying? Like, they got GMs questioning this move. They got writers questioning this move. They got content creators questioning this move. They got everybody, every walk of life that's involved in sports was questioning this move. So guess what? If it work out, who gonna win?
I mean, if it work out, we win.
No, not just the team, but I'm talking about the Joneses. They gonna look like some geniuses.
Oh, I was just gonna say, dog. this a tall order to ask this man to come in here and hoop and look like something without the starting quarterback. And that's the other reason why I question why you made this trade. Are you trying to be cheap and not spend for wide receiver next year when you got those high ass picks? You gonna bring him in now? And they talk like it's a future move. Like, nah, dog. I can't get behind the thought process of it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Not because listen, he might be okay, he might not, but
Shit.
you really don't know where he'll be without Dak Prescott, and it's trending towards the point of you not knowing that until next year.
Man,
So
they said Dak might be out 6 to 8 weeks. How many weeks left in the season? 10?
9, I think.
And
And listen,
what's the use of bringing them back?
That's if he don't get surgery. If he gets surgery, it is going to be the entire year.
And then you got to think, okay, take that 5-1 stuff out of here, bro. Like, I ain't saying Cooper Rush ain't decent, bro, or he can't actually play quarterback a little bit, but I'm just saying, man, like, let's not go crazy with this 5-1 stuff, man. Please. Cause like now you finna have to see Cooper over a expanded amount of time. Now we gonna really get to see, is Cooper better than Dak? All this goofy stuff that people say. Now listen, I would never root against my team. So I hope he is. I hope for some reason he just come out and he's Joe Montana all of a sudden. I would love that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would be happy. I would be like, hey, just Dak, go on, wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? Sit down, Dak. It's over with. Because it'll be the same thing, ironically, how he took over. He'll be getting overtaken the same way. You know what I'm saying? So we'll have to see how that work out. But I just doubt it. You know what I'm saying? I've seen this player. He's had opportunities with an even better roster. Remember that. He had Cooper. He had everybody, didn't it? Like, he had everybody when he went 5-1, if I ain't mistaken. Now, Cooper was still
here? No, he had.
Okay, it was CD.
But listen, they could run the ball then.
Yeah, we had Zeke and Tony, right?
Yeah, they ran for down near 2,000 yards combined. Tony Pollard ran for over 1,000 yards. Zeke Elliott ran for almost 900. Zeke ran for 12 touchdowns. I think Tony ran for 8. So you had one of the better rushing attacks in the National Football League. You still had Dalton Schultz here. You still had C.D. Lamb. And he didn't throw the ball that much, bro. People be forgetting this man. Let's take a look at the pass attempts for Cooper Rush in 2022. Let's do that.
Per game basis.
Yeah, we're just going to go game by game. So let's go Dallas Cowboys 2022, and we'll just go look at the games, right? All right, so bear with me. We know that he played in the first, in not the first 4, but he played in the 4 games after the home opener loss.
While we wait on him to figure that out, let's get some record predictions with Cooper. How many games we gonna assume he'll play?
All of them, 9.
Let's see.
Maybe 9.
Let's see.
What's the score? Wait. We got 8 games. We got 8 games left, right? Cause we 4. No, we 3 and 5. We got 9 games left.
Okay, and then shout out to Dak Delusional, because you know he's in the chat. He's acting like everything is going to be roses and ice cream and popsicles once Dak is gone. He said Jalen Tolbert going to hoop. All of these people going to be much better because you know Dak is gone. So I just want to say this, Mr. Dak Delusional, because you know, hey, you have a place in this space too. I'm not going to judge you like that for your opinion. You don't like Dak. You think the worst of Dak. That's on you. But I just want to be fair about this and say this. If we go out here and lose repeatedly, are you going to keep that same energy and blame Cooper Rush? Are you going to say it's all Cooper Rush's fault? Like, are you going to say that? Because I just want to know, are you going to start evaluating the game fairly? How is that going to go? Because we're going to keep that energy on you. We're going to put that flame on you, sir. And you know we done had it out, and I still bring you back. I ain't trying to block you. Long as you ain't disrespectful like that, you can have your opinion. You can do what you do. But I just want to see how honorable of a person you are when the time comes for you to place judgment on this team. I just want to see that. Because now, if you only blaming Dak when he the quarterback, all the blame should go to Cooper Rush. If you're being honest, if you're really evaluating the game, So let's see that. I want you to keep that same energy, sir. And I will be tagging you, finding you on here, and I'm going to continuously bring it up because you go so hard to blame one person. And it's really just foolishness. But if you want to play like that, I want to see, hey, let's do it.
All right, so I found the pass attempts. So this first game, Kellen Moore was Kellen Moore. First game, he threw 31 times. Had
Hold
19.
on, wait. My bad. Sugar Daddy Wiz said that'll be Dak's fault too. Go ahead.
It's all good. So he threw the ball 31 times in the first game against the Bengals. They won that game 20-17. Defense held it down, only allowed 17 points. And listen, Jamar Chase played, Joe Burrow played, T. Higgins played. They had all their heavy hitters out there. Joe Mixon. Dallas Cowboys defense completely shut them down. So kudos to them. They even had Hayden Hurst at tight end. So defense held them to 17 points. Cooper Rush threw the ball 31 times. Everything was Gucci. All right. Cooper Rush again threw the ball 31 times. This time, though, we had a rushing game. Tony Pollard ran the ball 13 times for 105 yards. Damn. 105 yards on 13 carries. Tony Pollard was
That is excellent.
Zeke had 15 carries for 73 yards. Dallas Cowboys.
That is excellent.
Dallas Cowboys down there ran for 200 yards against the New York Giants.
On how many carries altogether? Because that ain't even 30.
28 carries between them, and then you got the two Cooper Rush kneel downs. All right, defense again held the team to 16 points.
I'm gonna have to sample that. Must be nice. I'm gonna have to sample that.
Hey, what you know about that life?
Hey, it must be nice. I tell you that, boy.
All right, let's go to the Commanders game. Again, your defense held a team under 20. Commanders only scored 10 points. Cooper Rush, 15 of 27, 2 tutties. We also, let's see what that rushing game looked like. Let's see what the rushing stats look like.
Somebody said Parsons won't be here next year. He going to the Commanders. Hey, you might be on to something.
That's funny.
You might be on to something. Because, hey, Zim ain't finna be here the way this defense looking probably.
All right. We had no kind of rushing game. But we also had 10, like we said, held them to 10 points. Carson Wentz threw 2 interceptions, so the defense was going crazy.
How many points they gave up in these wins?
Shit, I'm telling you. I already told you. Like 10 that game, 16 that game, and 17. They haven't gave up 20 in either one of these games yet.
How confident are you in your defense to do that again? Right now, the way it's currently constructed.
So let's go to the next one. They beat the Los Angeles Rams 22-10. All right. Again, they did not. Cooper Rush only threw the ball 16 times this game. All right. Tony Pollard, 8 carries for 86 yards. He blacked the fuck out. Ezekiel Elliott, 22 carries for 78 yards. So we ran the ball for over 150 yards. The only player that had negative carries was Cooper Rush. He had 4 kneel downs. All right, Rams, Matthew Stafford threw a pick. Only threw 1 touchdown, was on a broken play. So defense in these 4 games that he won did not allow 20 points. The first time the defense gave up over 20 points, we lost. Cooper Rush threw 3 picks. That was against the Philadelphia Eagles, who he's finna play. All right, so Cooper Rush, 1 touchdown and 3 picks against the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles scored 26 points. Let's see. Zeke, 13 carries, 81 yards. Tony Pollard, 11 carries, 44 yards. CeeDee Lamb, 2 carries and 9 yards. So they ran for
game. The reoccurring theme seemed like we had a good run game and we played some great defense. So can we do either of those things right now?
No, of course not. You got one of the worst defenses in the National Football League, sir.
Cooper Rush finna have to really quarterback now. Now listen, we might try to run the ball. We're going to try to be conservative. We're going to try all of that. But I want you to know, more than likely it's not going to work. Because guess what? Just like when Dak was in the game and everybody expected us to throw, Cooper in the game, and we know that we want to run the ball, so they gonna be trying to pursue the run now. Like they ain't gonna be studying no pass. They gonna dare us to pass instead of the opposite with Dak. They dared us to run with Dak. Now they gonna dare us to pass. Y'all gotta know that's the way a defense go into this. They have a game plan. They gonna strategize. They gonna say, hey, what they wanna do. A good defense, they gonna figure out what you want to do, and they gonna try to take that away. You know what I'm saying? That's the game of chess that you play week in, week out. What are they best at? What are they most dangerous with? Okay, how can we stop that and make them play with their left hand? That's what every defense want to do. They want to make you play with your left hand. And you know the left hand is typically weaker unless you left-handed. And we are not. You know what I'm saying? So if they can get us to play today to like away from our strength, we in trouble.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I found a Jacksonville fan. He said,
wow.
I feel what the Cowboy fans are feeling with the highest paid quarterback in the NFL because we have the second highest paid quarterback and ain't doing nothing either.
Hey, Mr. Jacksonville kid, y'all sleeping peacefully over there, ain't it? Y'all ain't heard no bad articles about y'all quarterback. Y'all ain't heard nobody talking about he need to get his money took and he didn't deserve the money and he overpaid. Y'all ain't heard none of that stuff. But this is what we hear on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it be like that too. He said Cooper will throw deep. He not afraid. He need to be afraid because bad things happen when he tried to throw the ball deep. Matter of fact, a number of those picks in that Philadelphia game came on him taking deep shots. Remember he
Wait a minute. Hey,
he threw CD Lamb.
Shoot or shoot. Shoot or shoot. That's all I'm going to say. Shoot or shoot.
Oh, hell no. I got to intervene and take this nigga out.
Shoot or shoot, please. Because it got mad weird. Like, you know, we don't have baby oil over here, sir. You know, find another place to be.
They said, boo the Cowgirls, Ravens Nation all day. You would swear that we rivals or some shit. Some of these niggas be sliding in here. We be playing these niggas once every 4 years. They come in here.
We don't care about no damn Ravens, okay?
They be coming to this bitch for all the smoke. Like,
I actually can't stand the Ravens, though, but still.
I fuck with Lamar, but you know, just cause he from the culture. But
he been hooping though. I ain't gonna hold you though. Like he actually was hooping. Did you see him? He shot a jump shot. He shot a J for a touchdown. Like that was crazy. He actually hooping out though.
Now listen, he might deserve MVP this year. I had my issues with it last year. You know what I'm saying? But shit, he might deserve it this year.
He hooping this year. I'm not gonna lie. He going crazy. He got passing yards this year.
Yeah, but fuck
and touchdowns. Like fuck him.
Yeah, I can't give that's
the last compliment you'll ever get from me, little nigga.
Rest of my life. You know, fuck them niggas. The rest of my life, you know. But hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, you better write that down. Take a picture, cause it'll never happen again.
Ever.
I don't want nothing good to happen to them. Anything outside of injury goes. Like it's get them.
Matter of fact, boy, I got a standing $1,000 bet with my partner on who will win a Super Bowl first, Dak Prescott or Lamar Jackson.
Yikes.
It's just a standing bet.
It ain't looking good right now.
Boy, it was perfect last year. We both were good. Like now he just in pole position. Dak Prescott not even playing the rest of the year.
Yeah, but guess what though? The thing about it is, I don't think they'll ever get past Pat.
Man,
I don't think they'll ever get past Pat. So you might be safe.
No, that's another defense that's crazy.
He gonna be the DeMar DeRozan of the NFL.
Man,
you remember DeRozan just couldn't beat Brian. he just ain't gonna be able to beat Pat. Like that's what it's gonna be.
Man, that's sad when you think about it.
DeMar was a good player to me, bro. Like people dog DeMar out, act like he trash, but then you call LeBron the GOAT. He just couldn't beat your GOAT. You know what I'm saying? I don't see why he get disrespected so bad. He a good player. He just couldn't mess with Brian. None of his Toronto team. But it make it look bad when Kawhi come over there and then, you know, they just win a championship all of a sudden. So I get it.
It be like that, but you know. Also, that's what I was thinking of, dog. Where the hell is it? I was looking for it. I can't even remember what the hell I was gonna say.
DeRozan be hooping. Y'all know I'm a Spurs fan, so he was with us for some years. And I actually just, I used to watch every game, so I know what kind of player he is. He can hoop. Like, DeRozan are actually a good player, bro.
Yeah, he a good player. I ain't got nothing bad to say about the man. I was trying to find my
Don't
stats.
let Drake hear you say that, though. Yeah, Drake can't stand the man no more. Like, he talking crazy to him on the sideline.
But you gotta think about it though, man. Like you supposed to be my partner. Like
Yeah.
disregard whatever was going on. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be my homeboy. You said so yourself when you were going through one of the lowest points in your career that I was there for you and I looked out for you and I was a good friend to you, nigga. And you put yourself in a situation to where this nigga called me a pedophile, you know, saying disparaging things about me. You dancing in the video off a hit. They
You
try
over here sea walking on my grave.
on my grave. Like they ain't no good friendship. That's the only thing I got from this entire thing. Like DeMar DeRozan is not a good friend.
Facts.
That's
And
it.
hey, I support the way Drake handling it though, cause you heard what he said. He was like, just don't put DeMar up there. He was like, I go up there and rip it down. He was talking about retiring DeMar jersey. He was like, just don't put him up there. I go rip it down. Like, hey, Drake and his feelings about that. And I agree though. Like, DeMar, you supposed to be with me, bro. Like, you shouldn't be surrounding yourself with my ops, like, or making light of it. Even if you neutral, just stay neutral. Like, you
Yeah.
might rock with Kendrick too, but just stay out the way. He picked a side. You know what I'm saying? He picked a side.
But this the thing. Don't act like you my friend, nigga.
Yeah.
So, oh well, it's Compton. Well, pick a side, then, motherfucker. Don't play both sides and act like I'm the goofy.
Yeah.
Like nigga, like I then like stand on it then, nigga. Like hey, fuck Drake. I'm over here with this nigga. Don't play both sides then if it's like that, nigga.
Yeah.
Let me know what it is.
Facts. Then it's so odd that you said like that. You know what I'm saying? It fit perfect. If it's like that, that's what started all of this.
Hey, listen, there been some bops. Them been some
Man,
motherfucking
y'all,
bops.
man, give me a one if me and him need to do another kind of podcast. Cause y'all know we'll cook that. I promise y'all. We'll cook that. Any other topic than football, that'll be easy work for us. Give me a one if y'all want to hear that or see that in the future sometime.
Yeah, shit, my boy came out shooting. Said with Dak getting up there in age, is it's time to start thinking about getting a franchise quarterback? You got to pay Trey. Like I said, draft a nigga.
I ain't
Draft
gonna lie, bro.
Draft him and sit him.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Y'all know Dak my guy. But when he got hurt on something so simple like that, I'm like, dang, my nigga old. He just old, bro. For real, man. Like, that gave me old vibes, bro. For real. Like, he ran one time, and it just script off the bone. Come on, man. Come on, Dak. And I'm not making light of the man injury or nothing like that, but could you understand where I'm coming from? Like, do it give you some old vibes, though?
Not yet. Because it's like
Maybe it's just too many young quarterbacks then. Okay, go ahead.
it's freak injury stuff. And this the thing. Like, we know Dak has been probably dealing with some stuff because he had the walker boot on in the offseason. You know, once you start overcompensating for shit, like, other stuff give away. So, like, I think it's probably good that Dak Prescott went ahead and had this. I want to go ahead and get surgery and rehab from this shit.
We getting a lot of ones here, and we might need to start thinking of some stuff now. We might need to expand this.
We'll expand.
I don't know, just reacting off of normal, like whatever happened in, popular topics or something, we can come up with something.
We'll make something shirk, man. And this the thing too. Like, I think the fact that he hadn't ran all year and then he broke a damn 20-something yard run hurt the nigga. I think if he had been running all year, it would have been just another walk in the park.
Man, Dak just old, bro. I'm just being real. Cause look, he don't nobody stretch more than Dak. Dak got a whole routine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if it's just like the muscle wasn't working and then now you overworked it. Like, I don't know, bro. Cause he do a lot of stretches. He got a whole routine he do before every game. It's just unfortunate, man. It's just unfortunate. And he misses 6 to 8 weeks, bro. That is insane.
I mean, it came off the bone, nigga.
I'm saying, like, the fact that it was so dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not blaming Dak for his own injury. I'm just talking about, like, as a fan, it just sucked, bro. Like, we like, dang, like, we can't get a break at all. Well, we not a break, but we got a rip. Like, shit, we couldn't get a break. I don't want to say break no more, but we got a rip, a tear.
They said that hip move did it, yeah, because they said it got tore on the actual throw. So they said like it might have he might have tweaked it on the run, but it was the throw that did it. It was the motion of the throw. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find what I shared on that too and play it.
And he grimaced like a mug when he let that ball go.
And he still threw a dot. Remember, Jalen Brooks caught that bitch. Here it go. I don't want to. Hold on.
Big Pat, please take that back.
What that man said?
He said, "What about Kellen Moore for head coach?" Oh my God.
Shit, they still love that boy.
Hey, I'm telling you, everybody ready to get rid of Mike. Shit, you better watch out, player. You better watch
Sunday
out.
while throwing the ball. A pretty rare mechanism. Let's break this down. Notice this awkward. Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott sustained a hamstring tendon avulsion injury on this play last Sunday while throwing the ball. A pretty rare mechanism. Let's break this down. Notice this awkward throwing motion and how he doesn't completely kick out that right hip into extension after releasing the ball. And then you see him grab that upper part of the right hamstring. When a right-handed quarterback throws the ball, force is generated by rotating the torso and shifting weight from the back leg to the front leg. You can see Dak starting to grimace right here as he shifts weight from that right side to the left, and it's likely the tear occurs during this motion. Hamstring injuries are most common approximately up here. This region here is called the musculotendinous junction, which is a 10 to 12 centimeter transition zone that merges muscle to tendon and then eventually connects that tendon to the bone. In Dak's case, it occurred at a less common site here at the tendon insertion site on the ischial-tuberosity bone. These are the three tendons of the muscles of the hamstring, and when Dak's injury occurred, the tendon tore away from here and it brought along with it a fragment of the ischial bone. This is called an avulsion injury. Now, the good news is it's being reported that Dak only sustained a partial avulsion, which means that this entire area did not get entirely torn off and retract completely, because if it did, that would require surgical correction. Generally, a single tendon tear or two tendon tears with less than 2 centimeters of retraction are treated without surgery, and data suggests it is uncommon to return in less than 6 weeks. Wishing Dak a safe and speedy recovery.
All right. Okay, cool.
That was very detailed, and I learned some words. Thanks.
Boy, what? I feel so
There's
educated.
a lot of medical mumbo jumbo. I'm sorry. I can't be great at everything. I mean, hey, I don't know all those words, sir.
Mm-hmm.
But thanks. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man. We just can't get a break, man. We can't get a break. So that's why I said, man, this would be 1,000% malpractice to play Cooper Rush, in my opinion. I'm sorry. Cause like I'm not acting like Cooper Rush is better than Trey Lance from the shoulders up, of course. But what gives you the most incentive to play? Who gives you the most incentive to play? It's Cooper. It's Trey Lance, hands down. And how big is that gap though? Because what Trey lacks in the mentality or the mentals, he makes up for it in athleticism.
Well, it just depends on what you value the most and how much you really can trust Trey Lance. Because we seen the 5 interception game in the preseason against some guys that do podcasts. So, you know, I just want to know.
Mr. Hennessy.
I'm just saying, like,
are you trying to win? Because I'm not.
I mean, listen, they might be. Listen, this what we got to understand.
If they trying to win,
Hold on,
this
wait.
is irresponsible.
Of course, Mike McCarthy trying to win. He may not have a job ever again.
Mike is sick of you. Mike is sick of y'all.
He ain't sick of me. He don't know me.
He's sick of you too. Yes,
Hell
he is.
nah.
He's sick of me. He's sick of he's sick of all of us, bro. Mike is done. Like, he's sick of this. After that interview he had, shit. You can't tell me that don't sound like a man on his exit speech.
I should have.
Mike is sick of y'all, bro. Mike said, bro, He wanted to let everybody know that Mike McCarthy as a human being, that this was not all his fault. Just like everybody else saying. Like, he basically said, you know what Mike McCarthy said here? He basically said everything that I've been saying. Like, that's what he said. Like, no lie. He said the front office did this. The front office did that. They did this. They did that. Like, Mike let you know, like, listen, bro. I done sat here. I done been professional. I done took all the bullets possible. But I have to say something. I'm sorry, like, hey, you know how when you in danger, they tell you to blink twice? Like, that was Mike blinking twice. Like, he was in danger, and he gave us a signal and let us know that he was being sabotaged. That's what that was. He gave us a signal and let us know that he was getting sabotaged, for sure. He was blinking twice. He let y'all know that was not all his fault. He said, if I had my players in April, like, how much more obvious can you get? He said, if I had my players in April, if I had all my team in April, he kept saying in April, like, hey, does Mike have control of his players getting signed?
No. Probably should, but no.
Does Mike have control of his draft picks?
No.
You see what I'm saying? Does Mike have control of free agency?
Hell no.
But listen, y'all, I swear I'm not taking up for Mike McCarthy. I just feel like y'all complaining about a missing gas cap when the engine blown out. That's what it feel like to me. When I see people talking about play calling and all this goofy stuff, I'm like, sir, do you not understand what the real issue is?
No,
like, you up here like,
landlord, the play caller elevate
man,
the players.
My gas cap is gone. Sir, that car don't even work.
But landlord, a scheme elevates the players, landlord. A scheme.
Tell that to the Saints. Y'all thought the Saints was getting elevated by the scheme. What happened to them?
Shit,
That's the only team that I would have gave y'all to say, okay, scheme, and they got the team going crazy. Because they don't got no household names on that offense like that. The Rahid, whatever, the Bean Pie dude, whatever his name is.
Sir. You leave that nigga.
I don't know his name, man. That dude, the one that's caught all the long touchdowns. Him. We don't know that, man. Like, can't nobody spot him in a lineup. We don't know them people. So when they smoked us, we over here like, hey, we fell in love with the scheme, and we like, hey, he smoked everybody. So the one thing now you look at it and say, hey, that didn't hold up.
But can we say this? Their quarterback got hurt. The bean pie dude got hurt. The other wide receiver got hurt. I'm
sorry, y'all. I'm silly. Bean pie dude is ridiculous. I'm sorry.
The starting center got hurt. Starting tight end, doing everything. What's his name? Taysom Hill got hurt. Like, who is, like, listen.
You can't elevate it. You can't elevate that with the scheme here.
Even that, hey, hell no.
You can't scheme that. I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
No, you can't scheme that.
Is Mike not in the same situation?
Nah, hell no. He is, but not today. He got one wide receiver. They ain't got nobody no more.
I'm just saying, bro. Like, it's only so much you can do, sir.
Like,
it's only so much you can do.
Like, he damn near there because he damn near there because he's at the point where, because they had lost Derek Carr, he lost Dak Prescott. At least his backup is gonna throw to the primary wide receiver. Chris Olave been having brain injuries and shit.
This is what I want y'all to know. Shout out to Los Altos, because listen, it's balanced. I'm not taking up for nobody. I'm just feel like I'm just kind of just stating some other stuff that people overlook. So, of course, Mike McCarthy got some bad play calls out there. But I'm just saying, to me, that's not if it was an order of operations, that shouldn't be the number one focus. That's all I'm saying. Is it a problem? Is it on the list? Absolutely. He do some stupid stuff.
Further down on the list than a lot of people.
It's further down. That's the only argument I'm making to people, y'all. I'm not saying that him not being a good play caller is not a problem. I'm just saying that if it was a list of 10 things, to me, that might be about number 6. It ain't even top 5 to me, honestly. Because if you look at the way that game, like Atlanta, tell me was the play caller not cooking like in the first half or so?
He hooped.
Tell me the play calling wasn't cooking. And then ask yourself this. If it was better players there, making those plays, what could the outcome be? Because listen, better players make your plays better. I don't know what people don't understand. Better players make your plays better, sir. You know what I'm saying? If you got good players, y'all remember that this is a good example right here. Do y'all remember the 2016 Cowboys? Look, we didn't have all that razzle-dazzle stuff. Like, we still had Dez Bryant. Like, them boys, Dez wasn't even like, he was on the last leg. Like, that was like, one of his last years that he was good, right? He might have had like one okay year after that. Like, bro, Dez wasn't Dez no more at that time. We had a gangster offensive line and a running back. So, do you think Jason Garrett was doing these magnificent plays? Man, we used to just run the ball. We had good players. Do y'all remember what Jason Garrett mentality was? Jason Garrett mentality was, we better than y'all. Swear to God. He went into almost every game like, my line better than y'all, and we're going to run the ball. Right or wrong. Until that was not true no more. That shows you that you can have the simplest plays, but if you got good players, that's going to work. It's going to work. Like, look, I can run the ball in the inside all day if my line gangster. I can run the ball outside zone all day if my line gangster and I got a good running back. This is why, listen, every time people talk about players and plays, play calling and plays, I'm sitting up here thinking to myself, even if I'm naive to it, to me, a lot of that stuff can be still centered back to the players not being good enough, sir. That's all I'm saying. Because guess what? You can have great players. No, you can have a great scheme with bad players and not be successful. But you can have good players with a mediocre scheme and ball the out.
I believe it's possible to look at it both ways. It just depends on where you stand. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, you could argue that some players that have only been in one scheme, would they really be good outside of the scheme? You know
True.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then like you said, like, we seen players with subpar play calling, and they make that shit work because they him. So,
shout out to Big Pat. He been asking some good questions, but he says Vach says you need better players. Yeah, Vach also says, Mike McCarthy's bad. So, like, both things could be true, though. You see what I'm saying? Both things could be true, and I'm not saying that they're not. But I'm just saying, if you're going to call out the coach, at least acknowledge the other stuff. Is that not fair?
It's very fair.
I think that's fair, y'all. But it seems like on social media, we just only see the bashing of Mike McCarthy and ignoring the other stuff. That's where my problem come in at. Like, I just feel like, give me a 1 if y'all feel like this team or Mike McCarthy was put in a position to succeed coming into 2024. Man. Give me a 1 if you think he was put in a position to succeed.
Even with the trade, your wide receivers behind CeeDee Lamb are Jalen Tolbert, Jonathan Mingo, Jalen Brooks, Ryan Flournoy, and Brandon Cooks, who has not played since like week 2 or 3.
Man, T Foster, I ain't seen you in a minute. And T don't sugarcoat nothing. T be coming at me all the time. T gonna disagree. He ain't finna just say yes. Okay? He ain't just finna say yes. He said the Niners Cowboys was simple. Bro, if you good, you can be simple. You see what I'm saying? Straight up.
Emmitt Smith right, Emmitt Smith left.
If you good, you can be simple, bro. Like, this what I'm saying. Like, bro, if you good enough, you don't have to reinvent the wheel trying to trick people. I told y'all what we call that. That's that Auburn football in Alabama. We say you trying to trick. You doing all these tricks and flea flickers and reverses and all that goofy stuff. You overcompensating because guess what? You're not good enough. This is what I want people to understand. Like, you play that type of football when you're not good enough. If you watch Auburn versus Alabama, they always doing all this tricky stuff. Like, Auburn don't play us straight up. They know they can't match us. So guess what? They doing all the trick plays in the world. That's how they end up trying to be competitive. That's the only way you can do it. When you good enough, you can play simple football.
Mm-hmm. Also, do anybody like our running back room? Cause cause we both know at this point for a fact that Mike ain't want no damn Zeke Elliott.
Mike did not want Zeke, but he got force fed Zeke. Pause. But he got forced to have
pause on
Zeke.
That sound like some Diddy Party shit for real. He was force fed a nigga. Hell no.
Y'all know what I mean by the analogy. But look, these days you gotta pause on everything. Like, pause. But he was forced to, you gotta be so detailed. He was forced to have Ezekiel Elliott as a running back on the Dallas Cowboys. That's the only way you can say something without pause.
It sounds better than he was force fed Zeke. Like,
but look,
that don't even sound
listen
right.
Listen though. The only way you can say words without saying pause is you got to be very, very detailed these days. Like, you got to say every detail. That's it.
Yeah, you please take your time. Take your time next time, then, boy.
He was force fed a running back on his team. Force fed is a analogy, not literally. Okay.
Force fed is still a little like, take that out your damn vocabulary, boy.
No, but yeah, for real though.
Scary. Shit, they scare me.
They are. They are petrifying.
I got PTSD.
They are petrifying, not scary. You remember when we used to have that confidence, bro? They stole our thunder. They did. We used to be like, man, the Lions, man, they ain't that good. We gonna play them again. We don't even got that type of fight no more.
Man, we don't
That's
even
sad.
we don't even act like we finna beat none of these teams.
That's sad. Look, we've been on here an hour. We gotta say something about the Eagles, okay?
All right,
before we go.
Like, yeah, all right, fuck the Eagles. They probably win by 3 folks goals.
Oh my God.
We ain't good, bro. They're a good team, and we're not good. Saquon Barkley finna dance all through these weak ass run fits that we got.
Can we just say a collective Cowboy prayer, right? That Saquon don't get no open field some kind of way. Like, I don't want to see that dude in the open field against us, bro.
They might even have to throw the ball because Jalen Hurts gonna take off. Saquon Barkley gonna take off.
They gonna push all the way down the field. Saquon gonna do backward flips this time. He just did a backwards jump. Now he gonna do a backward flip and a goddamn somersault from the 1 yard line to the touchdown. This dude is incredible. He a comic book character. I ain't lying, bro. Look, y'all want our real honest football evaluation? You know what I'm saying? You want our real honest football evaluation, or you want us to just sell you something? Man, you want us to just pretend? We just told you it ain't gonna get too much realer than me and him. I'm just being real, and that ain't no diss to nobody else. We just being real. We go on some people's shows and they might be trying to hush us, like, hey, don't say that. Hey, don't say that much. I mean, but we just like, hey, it is what it is, man. We gonna be true to our people, bro. I never come up here and sell y'all no fabricated, phony foolishness. I'm not doing that. So I just gotta give it to y'all real, bro. If we competitive in this game, it'll be a miracle. If we come out here and represent the Cowboys without laying down, I would be honored. I'd be happy about that. Like, if we come out here and be competitive and don't lay down, I'm not gonna be sad about this game. If we come out here and just fight, even if we do lose by 10 points or something like that, I'm not mad at that. I want to see some fight in this team. That's all I'm looking for. I'm telling you, I'm watching the film very closely this week. I'm looking for fight. I'm looking for character on this team. I'm looking for leadership on this team. I'm looking for people who actually want to play football. Because I think in Dallas, man, a lot of this stuff get lost. It's about everything else, but guess what? It's not about football, and you can tell. Yep. If you don't make the main thing, it's going to be in the background. That's a promise. So, hey, we're going to see what happens. This right here is going to let you know if football they main thing. Because guess what? You ain't got no pressure no more. You ain't got no expectations no more. You ain't got a lot of stuff no more. So guess what? Now, if all you got to do is focus on football now. You ain't got to worry about what Stephen A. saying. You ain't got to worry about what Jerry Jones saying. Look, all the pressure is on Philadelphia.
Yeah.
All the pressure is on Philadelphia. The Cowboys don't have no pressure. What the spread is for this game? It should be about touchdown or better.
Like 8 points, bro.
It should be a touchdown or better. That's a big spread for an NFL game.
A big spread for a road game. For a road game.
You get 3 points for being on the road anyway. So I'm just telling you straight up, all the pressure is on Philly. So now I'm looking at this team trying to see, can you look in the mirror and fight for your last name on the back of your jersey? Fight for that star on your helmet. Are you going to actually put out some real vibes like that you actually care about being an NFL player? Like you take pride into that. That's what I want to see. Because I'm the type of person, bro, if I do a job, I take pride in the job that I do. I'm not just going to do it just, you know what I'm saying? Do it any kind of way. My mama ain't raised me like that. I'm going to go out here and do what I'm supposed to do the first time. I'm going to do it right the first time. That's honorable. That's some man shit right there. I want to see, can they take that on? I want to see, can they operate in that type of world instead of just saying, hey, we hurt, we this, we that. Nah, go out there and show some Cowboy pride. Go out there and show some heart. This your rival too? Oh, Zeke, you pissed off, you want to miss means? Go out there and run through somebody. First two plays, I want you to go put your helmet in somebody's chest and run them over. Let's see that, Zeke.
I need to holler at you real quick, man. Did you put your ticket in yet?
No, I didn't. I got to. Damn, it started at 11 or 12.
The game started at 11. That's why I was trying to wrap this up. Yeah, go ahead and you gotta go put. Hey, we got tickets to put in, man.
Yeah, we gotta try to at least make some money out this shit.
Yeah. So listen, we love y'all. God is amazing. We'll get at y'all sometime. I'll be back tomorrow sometime after the game or some shit. I get off at 5, so I'll probably do a show about 5:30.
He said he got piss test after that jump.
He did.
Dang, that was ridiculous, though. Hey.
Ridiculous.
That dude crazy. But, man, we appreciate y'all, man. Y'all make sure y'all support, man. If you watching it on the rewatch, y'all still can shoot them cash apps, still show some love and support to this show, man. Like we said, the reason you don't see it as much is because, it's not easy to do. Now we got to do other things to, get compensated. So, hey, if y'all want to see more of this, y'all please support the show, support the content creators, man. It's not easy out here for us. Y'all know how hard it is out here these days. So just imagine doing this and spending time and not getting anything for it. So y'all make sure y'all, like I said, if y'all like the content, y'all enjoy it, make sure y'all show some love and support, man.
Iceberg said let him trail. Shit, what do you use? Cause I use Bovada. So what do you use? Cause
I use something else, and then I use Prize Picks.
All right, cool. So yeah, hey, listen, I might start posting my picks, but hey, we really gotta get off. We only got 10 minutes to put together some sure hits.
Yes.